Hi guys, it's Ivana from iMove Panania doing a live today on exercise and pregnancy. Yay, fun topic. I love pregnancy and exercise stuff, so any questions, shoot them through to me. Sorry if I'm looking down a lot. I've got some notes today that I just want to make sure that I cover everything. Hope you're staying warm. Friday, nearly the weekend. So going to talk to you about exercise and some of the common questions that I get, is it safe? What should I be doing? What shouldn't I be doing? And what do I need to know? Now, I found a great review in the European Journal of Physiotherapy that gave a really nice summary. So I thought I'd discuss the highlights with you today. Now, just remember these are guidelines and general advice, and I can't stress enough that it doesn't matter if you're fit as a fiddle or if you can't do a push-up to save your life. If in doubt, get it checked out. Now's not the time to start doing new things, so make sure that you speak to a physio or your GP to get some targeted advice about what you should be doing if you have any specific questions. So it doesn't matter what your fitness level is, everybody's different and it's all relative, which is why general advice is great, but you should be seeking advice for anything more specific, but still incorporating these general guidelines. So at the moment, the current guidelines from the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists say that with appropriate modifications and without any contraindications, women in pregnancy should be encouraged to participate in 30 minutes at least of moderate intensity exercise at least 3 times a week, if not every day. So let's talk about what kind of exercises are encouraged in pregnancy. So don't forget that your bodies are going to be going through a huge amount of changes. I covered some of these a few weeks ago. But in terms of exercise, it's important to note that as you get bigger, Bub's going to be squashing down on things a little bit more. So after 16 weeks, you shouldn't be doing too many exercises on your back because Bub's squishing on things like some blood vessels and that can drop your blood pressure down. So exercises on your side, standing, walking, or changing positions regularly is recommended just to avoid that. And that's one of the reasons why women get told not to sleep on their backs, because you're just being squished too much, so changing positions is ideal. Other things to note that as you're getting bigger, your center of mass will move forward, so your joints and your ligaments and stuff also become looser. So high impact contact sports are not really recommended at this time, just because it's going to increase your risk of injury anyway, and you don't want to add that as your body's going through all these changes. Now, some great exercises that can be applied moderately throughout the stages are walking, swimming, any kind of water aerobics or water activities, step-ups, great exercise to get the heart rate up as long as you're staying within a moderate level, dancing, cycling, Pilates and yoga. Now, don't forget to incorporate pelvic floor exercises, they're super important too, but there's heaps of stuff that you can do out there, and if you're a very active person, you've already got a bit of a routine, usually you can carry that through as long as your intensity stays moderate and you're not pushing things too far. Now, what's not advised is high intensity and long durations of exercise. So really, really heavy weights training, contact sports and exercises that challenge your balance and can lead to falls are not recommended. And it doesn't matter what stage you're at. It's just, you should be finding a comfortable level for you. Now that is all relative, right? So what's easy for me may be hard for you, or what's super easy for you may be super intense for me. So it's just about finding your moderate exercise level. Now, generally speaking, if you can do 2 to 3 sets of something between 12 and 15 repetitions, that's not too intense. That's actually a moderate load if you can do those kind of repetitions. So that's a great baseline. And now, the reason that we exercise in pregnancy is to get all the physical and mental benefits of it. So now's not the time to try super new things or anything too intense. So yeah, sticking within that moderate range. Hi Mitch, thanks for joining the call. We're talking about all things pregnancy and exercise related. So we've covered, moderate exercises, okay? Now, pregnancy, pain, childbirth, the whole process can be quite daunting and physically demanding. But what the study showed was that moderate exercise in pregnancy reduced pelvic girdle pain, reduced low back pain, and reduced depression. So that's fantastic. Some of the other things that were reported is that women who exercised managed the birth better, had a high rate of natural deliveries and a less risk of C-section deliveries. They had more aerobic fitness, muscular strength, and reduced time in the second stage of labour, which, let's face it, you don't want to spend too long there anyway. But best of all, women recovered so much faster. So afterwards, they suffered less medical complications like high blood pressure, high sugar levels, and urinary incontinence. So definitely bonuses for doing those exercises throughout your whole pregnancy. The most important question that I get is it safe for me to exercise for my baby? And the answer is yes, absolutely, if you stick within those moderate restrictions. The journal reported that there's no connection between physical exercise and risk of premature birth or any other adverse pregnancy or childbirth outcomes. So fantastic. Now, in the second and third trimesters, things are going to progress quite well, and you're just naturally going to have to change what you're doing anyway because you're getting bigger and things aren't quite as easy, or you might be uncomfortable doing things. But what I do want you to know is that in the first trimester, it's a high risk stage of pregnancy anyway. So now's not the time to start, joining the elite wrestling team or anything like that. So to reduce any risks of miscarriages within that first trimester, stick within what you know and don't increase your intensity. So if you're new to exercising or to the gym, stay quite low and moderate with your intensity. If you're already somebody who exercises quite high intensity, don't bump up your program. So yeah, like I said, it's all relative, so stick within your comfort levels. Now, as always, there are times when exercises may not be advised, and this is for those people with any particular medical conditions that might cause a high-risk pregnancy. So if you've got anything like an incompetent cervix, heart and lung disease, placenta complications, bleeding, blood pressure issues, always get checked out before you start taking on anything new. And warning signs, that's good to know regardless of if you're pregnant or not. Whenever you're doing any exercise, you want to make sure that if you're getting any of these signs, to stop and seek medical attention. So bleeding in pregnancy is really important. If anything encourages more bleeding, you need to stop and get that checked out. Shortness of breath before you start exercising. If you're already struggling to breathe, especially in that third trimester, you're getting really big, your lungs are compressed, or if you're concerned about your shortness of breath, don't start jumping up and down. Dizziness, headache, chest pain, muscle pain, calf pain, swelling, or if you've had any unusual symptoms that aren't quite right for you, make sure that you get that checked out before you start adding a new program. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any specific questions, pop them in the comment section. It's all relative, so if you need any specific advice, make sure that you get in to see a physio, get some specific advice. The main points today that I want you to take away is that pregnant women who are healthy can continue to keep exercising at a moderate intensity level for 30 minutes every day, and there are no risks for the pregnancy or for bub. So that's all fantastic. So keep moving, guys. Any questions, pop them in the comments below. Next week I'm going to do a live and show you some exercises that are great to do if you are suffering from pelvic girdle pain. If you have anything specific that you want me to cover, I'm happy to take suggestions, and keeps things really appropriate and engaging for you guys. So pop your comments down and enjoy your Friday. Thanks, guys. See you next time.